Welcome, fourth graders. This is your last day of fourth grade math. So if you're watching this video, it means that you have done the math lessons you needed to do for fourth grade. So congratulations. I'm super proud of you. And I've been impressed with how many people have been doing math at home, because I know learning at home is not the easiest and sometimes not the very fun way to learn, but I'm super proud of you guys doing it, and I'm glad you took this journey with me. What we're going to do today in math to celebrate is to play a game. So I have this game that is an area game. So it's going to review what we learned in our last unit, area and perimeter. And what you're going to need is a piece of grid paper. And I have created a grid paper. I cut off the edges because I want to make sure you can see the whole grid, and so your page might look bigger. And you are going to be the red team, and I'm going to be the blue team. So you might want to get two markers. They don't need to be red and blue, just as long as you can remember who's who. So the object of this game is to cover the area of the squares as much as you can. And the way you're going to do that is, I have a deck of cards, and I'm going to pull two cards off the top of the deck, and those will be the dimensions for your rectangle that you're going to draw. It might also be a square. And you're going to choose where to put that rectangle. And you're going to start up in the left-hand corner, and I'm going to start down in the bottom right-hand corner. And then as the game progresses, we're going to be covering this whole area. The person who wins the game is the person who has the most area at the end. So what I'm going to do with you is I'm going to choose where you put your rectangles down, just because I'm doing this on videotape. If we were together, the way you would play this game is you would choose where to put them, and then I would choose where to put mine, and we'd kind of use our own strategy to figure out where to put them. So in this case, I'll be putting them down, and I'll be choosing good places for them. But what I want you to do when you're done with this lesson today, after we play this game, is I'd like you to teach someone at home to play this game. So you might need to get some more grid paper copied off, but you can show someone how to do it, because it's a really fun game to play at home. It's also a great game to practice area skills, a great game to practice multiplication facts, and a great game to practice kind of spatial abilities and thinking about where to put things. So I'm going to show you, you get to go first, and so your first, oh my gosh, your first pull here is 9 times 9. That's an excellent, you've been dealt some nice cards there. So what you're going to do is you're going to start up in the top left-hand corner, and you're going to count across 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And you're going to make a square, right? Because the sides are the same. So you're going to make a square that is 9 by 9. And that is the best number I think you can get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, that's a really good start. I should have shuffled my cards better. Okay, so you're going to draw your 9 by 9 rectangle, and you're going to write down what the area is. 9 times 9 is 81, so you're going to write down 81 centimeters. Now it's my turn. And my rectangle is going to be 6 by 7. So I'm going to start at the bottom here, and I'm going to draw my rectangle, which is, I think I'll go 6 over and 7 up. So what I want you to do at home, and you won't do this when you play the game with a real live person, you won't be writing their answers, they'll be writing their answers on the same page, but I want you to write my answers as well so that you can play the game with me. So what I've done here is I'm going to the corner, I'm going 6 over, and then I'm going to go 7 up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'm going to draw my rectangle. And what is 6 times 7? It's 42 centimeters squared. Okay, and if I counted all my squares, I'd have 42, so that's good. And now it's your turn, and you just got 9 times 3. So You already have 9 here, so as a strategy, I would probably just add, instead of doing 9 this way, I would keep with your 9 going across that way, and then you can fill in what the area is. So you got 9 times 3, and what is 9 times 3? If you're having to think about what 9 times 3 is, or you're counting, that's a really good strategy, but at this point, and over the summer, what you want to be doing is, if you don't have those facts automatically in your head, I want you to practice your math facts over the summer. And you can do this in a variety of ways. You can use a deck of cards and just pull up all digits 1 through 9. The ace can be a 1. You can also practice with someone who's driving you around. You can say, give me some math facts, and really just start practicing them. IXL has some great practices as well, so I really encourage you to have those math facts memorized by the beginning of 5th grade. Okay, it's my turn. I just got 8 times 2, so I know that that is 16. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to draw my rectangle here. And I want you to draw my rectangle as well. And I just got 16 centimeters because 2 times 8 is 16. Okay, it's your turn. You just got 3 times 5. So where would you want to put the 3 times 5? I think it would be wise to put it over here just to utilize as much space as possible. So maybe I'm going to do this. I'm going to do 3 down and 5 over. And what is 3 times 5? It is 15 centimeters. And we're writing squared every time just to really burn that into our long-term memory, that when we do area, it's really just little square units that we're counting. Okay, my next one is 9 times 6, which is 54. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I might go this way. So that was 6, and go 9 across. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And what is 9 times 6? What's my answer? It's 54 centimeters squared. So if you, at any point you need to catch up with all the drawing, you can pause the video and do that. So if I'm going a little too fast, just go ahead and stop the video and get yourself caught up. So if you were to estimate who has more area covered, who do you think has more area covered right now? You can think about it in a couple of different ways. One is just looking at the numbers, and another one is looking at the space, the area that has been outlined already, and see if you can figure it out. To my eyes, I would say you are ahead. Okay, your next turn is 5 times 1. So I think because I already have 5 here, I want to save all the squares I can. I'm going to do that here. And that 5 times 1 is 5 centimeters squared. And now it's my turn. My turn is 2 times 7. So now, I'll get these cards out of the way. 2 times 7. Do you see where I have a little space here that would be good to use? Because that might not, I might not get another math problem that's 2 times something, so I'm going to use it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to draw my rectangle here. And 2 times 7 is 14. Well done. Okay, it's your turn. And you got 8 times 3. So 8 times 3, where do you think we should put that? I kind of like the idea of saving this bigger space for if you get bigger numbers. So I might go ahead and do an 8 times 3 over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to go, now I have to count again because I lost my spot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 8 times 3. What is 8 times 3? You are correct. It's 24 centimeters squared. Well done. Okay, now it's my turn. Now, as this game progresses, you can kind of see that we're getting a little squished, aren't we? So I just got 4 times 5, and so I'm going to try to find a place where I can squeeze in 4 times 5 without taking too much room. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what is 4 times 5? It is 20. Okay, can you see who's winning at this moment? It kind of feels like your 81 really kind of jumped you ahead pretty well, so it kind of feels like you're ahead, but you never know what the cards might hold. So now it's your turn. You just got 4 times 4, and 4 times 4 is what? What is it? It's, you might know what 4 times 4 is, but I'm asking you what kind of shape is 4 times 4 going to be? It's going to be a rectangle, right? Or not, I'm sorry, it's going to be a square, right? It's going to be a square because both sides are 4. So I'm going to put it here, 4 down and 4 across, and you can see that it looks like a square. So 16 centimeters squared. We are getting a little crowded here, so we'll see how this goes. I got 6 times 2, so I think I might, I might go down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I'm going to put my 6 times 2 over here, which is 12 centimeters squared. Okay, now it's your turn, and your next turn is 7 times 3. Let's see, can we do that? Do we have a 7 anywhere? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oof, that's a tough one. So when you can't put one in, what you need to do is lose your turn. So now it is my turn, and I'm going to go ahead and take this one, which is 8 times 1. So I got 8 times 1, and I'm going to, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to put it right there. So that was not a very big area, but we're running out of room, so it was kind of lucky. Okay, now yours is next, and you got a 2 and a 5. So can that fit in anywhere? Why, yes, it can, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2 times 5 is 10 centimeters. And again, if I'm going too fast, I apologize. It's hard to tell when I'm talking to myself. Okay, my next one is 7 times 1. And I'm not sure if I see a 7 anywhere, so I'm going to have to lose my turn. Your turn is next, and you got a 9 times 8. That's a great draw, but we don't have room. So now it's my turn again. I got a 4 times 6, and now we're out of cards. So I would say this is a good time to stop the game. And now what we're going to do is we're going to calculate who had the most. So go ahead and pause the video. If you need to get caught up, you can go ahead and do that. And I will clean up my area here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add. But before we add, do you have any guesses as to who you think has covered the most? What do you think? Can your eyes tell you that without counting the numbers? Okay, hopefully you've had enough time to pause this and take a look at it. And what you're going to need now is a scratch paper to count all of this up. So we will calculate you first. And what I'm going to do to calculate is I'm going to, hopefully you can see all this well enough, is I'm going to combine your numbers with fast tens to kind of help this. We're going to have a lot of numbers to add, and I like to make things easier for myself when I add, because when you're adding several numbers, it's easy to get it mixed up. So do you see any combinations that add up to 10 or 20? I see 15 and 5, right? So I'm going to write, I'm going to call that 20 right there. And I'm going to remember that I've done these two. Now the next fast 10 that I see is this one, right? Could I add this 10 to 27 and get something smaller than adding these two numbers over here? 27 plus 10 is 37, right? So I'm going to do that. Do you see how I did that? So now that's 37. It's getting easier all the time. So just to review, I have used 15 and 5 and 27 and 10. Now I'm going to use 24 and 16. And I know that 4 plus 6 is what? It's a 10, right? So that will help me go fast. And then what I have left is 81. So I want you to write these numbers down, and I want you to go ahead and add those up and see what your total is. You can go ahead and pause the screen, and I will total this up to you, and then we can check our answers together. Okay, so if you've already calculated, I'll just show you what I'm doing. I know this is a fast 10, and I know 7 plus 1 is 8. So I'm going to say 10 plus 7, or excuse me, 10 plus 8 is 18. See how I did that? Okay, this, I know 8 plus 2 is 10, right? So 8 plus 2 is 10. This is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So your total score was 178. Hopefully that's what you calculated as well. Now it's time to calculate my scores from over here. So again, I'm going to use my fast 10 strategy, and I want you to look at my numbers and see if you see any fast 10s hanging around. The first one I see is 8 and 12, and I know that 8 and 12 is 20. So I'm just going to write down 20 to take care of that one. The next one I see is 54 and 16. 4 and 6 is a fast 10, so I'm going to put those down here together. 54 and 16. And then I have 42 and 14, right? Ooh, and I forgot the 20 up here, so I'm going to add my 20 from there as well. So now I have my numbers organized in kind of an easier way to add them all up. So I'm going to find my fast 10. This is 10, and I'm going to move this over because I'm afraid you can't see it. This is 10. This is 6, so 16. So far your ones column is better than mine. This is 5 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1. Wow. Okay, can we see a 10 in there? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, right? So this was all one big 10. I think. 5 plus 2, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, and then I have 4 plus 2. So now I have 10 plus 6. In mental math, I can just say that's 16. So my answer is 166. So, my friends, it looks like you have won the last day of school math game. Congratulations. Now, take a look at this. What is the difference between our points? If you look here, it looks like we both covered a good deal of the sheet, right? So it makes sense that our score is just a few off from each other. It looks like 178 minus 166 is 12. So you won by 12. I really do want you to teach this game to a family member, and I also want you to practice your math facts at home, and this is a great way to do it. So if it becomes August and you're getting bored, I want you to think back to this game and pull it out and play it. All right, I will see you in the fall. Bye-bye.